Welcome to the Dwarven Fortress, home of the Chakra clan.
Chalka! Halt! Who goes there?
I am Drake, an adventurer. Tarzak sent us.
Halt yourself, Bun. We've come to see the Elder.
Farley, I'd not thought you would have returned. If you want to see the Elder, I'm not going to stop you. I'll take you to him now.
I know the way, Bun Brightstone. You watch the gates.
Alright, let's just be a good boy here and follow Farley's directions.
You're right. You're right.
Ah, yes, this is my workspace. Where did those supplies go?
Farewell, Domber.
Oh, yes, yes. If you see my brother, send him to me. I have a new device he must see.
I'm right here.
Oh, yes. Well, stop by later, would you please?
And Domber leaves our party. Well, there's no big loss there. As you can tell, there's an uncharacteristically large amount of dialogue in this level, so you're not going to be hearing much from me in the first few minutes.
I heard you taught the Throg shamans a lesson in their own temple. Good going. If we were only able to strike back at them ourselves, but Torin is holding us back. Torin must have his reasons.
Thank you, random dwarf.
Straight.
We'll get the chance to explore the clanhall by ourselves later.
You're right.
For now, let's meet the clan elder.
We must take the battle to them, Torin.
No, Gildor. It isn't time. I cannot explain their recent actions, but we must remain calm. The clan needs us here.
But if the Throgs attack us now, with all the disappearances, I don't know if we can hold the clanhall.
Lost Thera, I will have no more discussion about this. We have guests, Gildor. Stand aside. Come closer.
Yeah, sure, but before I do, I'm just gonna strip Farley from some vital items he's carrying. I have a sneaking suspicion that something dramatic's about to take place.
I did not mean to interrupt.
Nay, they are old words anyways. I am Torin, Elder of the Chakra clan. You must be Drake. I have heard of you. And Farley. You have returned at last.
Domber needed...
Enough. Save it for later. Drake, what do you ask of me?
The dragon, Vermitrix, has been chained. I want to free her. Can you help?
Free a dragon? Are you daft?
She was chained by Throgs.
That is not enough reason.
She might be real friendly to those that help her.
Ah, and she would hate Throgs. Maybe I can help, or more likely Sardin, our blacksmith, can. See him to the north. Tell him I said to help you. Return when you have the time. I wish to speak with you some more. Now, Farley, you disobeyed my direct command. You left the hall and went searching for your brother. What do you say to this?
I had to leave. I had to find Domber. He would have done the same for me, sir.
Only if he remembered that you were gone. But that doesn't change the fact that you broke our laws. You are Uktugoth. Leave now.
But...
And Uktugoth cannot be heard or seen.
So be it. Goodbye, Drake. I must go.
What? Those dwarf jerks just broke up my happy little family. I'll just comfort myself with the gifts in his chest.
Is not your property.
Or maybe not. I don't want to piss this guy off. Oh, what have we here? This is the Horn of Scaring. If you use it on Drake in the mirror, he will blow it and cast one of those fairly useless scare runes in front of him. We also find the magical axe of throwing, which you can throw like a regular throwing axe, but when you put it in your hand, you have an infinite supply of throwing axes. Well, right now there's nothing to do but explore the hall a bit, I guess. What have we here?
Greetings, I am Orson, librarian recorder of this clan hall. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for help.
Well, you you've come to a good place. Wander these halls and ask your questions. Feel free to peruse the scrolls in this humble library.
Well, I believe we'll do just that.
Dwarven helped Wraith repair Thera's temple. Discussion with Mage Icarius has theorized that this can help Thera act in this world by restoring her energies.
So, a little piece of flavor text that links the Pharaoh Awakening novel to this game.
Evidence suggests that the ancients of Atlantis and Ease were destroyed nearly 1,000 years ago. Research this more.
If you've read Pharaoh Awakening, you know that 1,000 years before this game, the devastation happened.
Research theory of counter magic to deflect capturing energies. Possible devastation explanation.
None of this stuff is of import to the game. It's just a little bit of extra plot.
Prophecy tells that one of Thera's line will come to the Keep of Stone. This foreseen one will bring a wave of darkness to his people and be cast away. In time, the one will rise up and bring light to where there is none.
Well, I wonder who this foreseen one could be.
The youngest goddess, Helion, born of fire, Aquila, life daughter, Thera, mother of earth, Azrael, the red warrior, Kulkum, dark brother.
This is a little interesting because these two scrolls name all the gods in Stonekeep's pantheon.
Strongest of all, Offering, vision seeker, Safrini, natural flyer, Yogg-Sagoth, master of magic, Kor-Sagoth, brother to magic.
So now you know the names of all the gods whose orbs you need to find, plus what special powers they might provide you with.
Interesting.
It's worth pointing out that this last scroll is not actually read by Drake's voice actor. It mentions the fairies, and it's not going to be the first scroll I find that does, and I'm pretty sure it was added in late in the game, but why that's important I'll explain later. That locked door I won't be able to open. It's sort of the supply closet of Geldor, the weapons salesman. On the table here we find some, home-cooked meals. These heal quite a bit of health, so I'll bring them along for emergencies. Nothing of use in these barrels or bags of flour. Even though you're perfectly safe in the Dwarven fortress, I always feel just a little bit unwelcome because all the dwarves have such a pissed-off expression on their faces. Plus the constant jangling of their chainmail isn't exactly sweet music to the ear. Nothing shocking in the debris here, some rocks. And yeah, I think I'm gonna put this magical throwing axe in my inventory for a moment because during a test recording I accidentally threw one in a dwarf's face and they for some reason have a problem with that. If you on purpose or accidentally attack any of the dwarves in the Dwarven fortress, you're in trouble. They won't all attack you right away, but as soon as one dwarf finds another dwarf's corpse, he will become hostile towards you. And that includes any of your old Dwarven companions too.
I cannot explain what has happened. I must leave for a while to pay for what I have done. You would not understand, but please try. Farley Maliston.
I'm so angry! Gonna smash his bed. And his furniture. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Farley. But maybe I won't have to continue my adventure completely dwarfless.
Tarzan, how's it going?
It is so boring around this place. There is much talk of battle with the Throgs. But nothing will come from it.
Well, Torin wants to know if you will journey with me again.
Oh, for the glory of battle, yes.
Come on, then. Time is wasted.
Alright, at least there's one good thing to come out of this. Karzak is now my #1 dwarf. And that is why I saved Farley's armor, so it can still be of use to someone. Unlike in some other RPGs, when a character leaves your party, you don't automatically get the items they're carrying. so you want to be careful with that.
I'm a little worried about Grok. He hasn't been himself since returning from patrol a couple of days ago.
Alright, I'm not sure why you told me that, random dwarf, but I'll look into this Grok character. Alright, let's check back in with Domber, see how he's gotten settled in.
Can I help you?
Domber, it's me, Drake.
Oh, yes, it's Drake. Jake who?
I saved you and your brother.
Oh, never mind. What can I do for you? I'm busy, you know.
Yes. Well, you mentioned some secret device.
Shh! It's my secret project. A new weapon to use against, well, against somebody. I almost had it developed. I just can't find the missing pieces. They must have been delivered incorrectly. I would not have misplaced them.
If I can find the pieces to this weapon, can I use it?
Of course. What's the point of a weapon if it won't be used? But then, what good is a used weapon? Well, anyway, bring me the pieces and I will loan you the weapon.
Domber turned into kind of a dick when he came back to the Dwarven fortress. Let's smash his bed in frustration and read his scrolls.
Domber's to-do list. Work on secret project. Finish designs for another keep of stone. Eat, sleep, shower.
Now, what did I do with that? If I... Yes, that would work. Yes. No. That would be dangerous. Well, maybe. Just a little.
Domber kind of scares me now.
This room is for written languages only. Use on reader.
Well, of course we already have that one. Anything else worth taking? A couple of rocks, healing potion, and a blank scroll. Oh well, let's just leave him to his pacing and mumbling. We'll come back to him later. For now, let's look in on another dwarf.
This is Gildo's armory. He sells weapons and armor to outsiders. He hasn't been busy lately.
Geldor. That's the dwarf that was standing with Thorin. Let's check it out.
Yes, I have heard of your travels. News travels quickly in the Underlands. I believe we may have similar goals.
I'm not sure if I understand what you're talking about.
Well, let me just say that I think the same about Throgs and their shamans as you do. And anything you do regarding them is acceptable to me.
Yes, I see now.
Good. Please look around my little shop. If you see anything you like, pick it up and come and talk to me about payment. Here is the price list. They are very reasonable.
Good prices, I think.
Geldor's Armory is the only shop in the entire game, so the only reason why we've been finding gold coins. And his stuff isn't exactly world-shocking. Most of it is stuff I already have too much of, really. A couple of pieces of armor, a couple of weapons, and he does not get a different supply when we leave and come back, or when we buy items from him. It's always the same items that just get replenished if you buy them. Also, I'm stealing some of his own gold coins here to pay him with. So this is kind of a wasted effort. Anyway, I'll show off how shopping in Stonekeep works. Take something from the tables, put it on the table next to Geldor,
That will be just a single gold piece.
and either give him loose gold coins or your coin purse so he can take out the needed amount himself.
Here is your change, my friend. Thank you for your purchase.
Of course, Stonekeep wouldn't be Stonekeep if they didn't insert a mechanic that makes the gold coins entirely useless. I'll show that off as well. Let's take another healing potion.
That will will be just a single gold piece.
And instead of giving him the coin purse, let's give him something else. One of my red shaman feathers.
You have slain a Throg shaman, haven't you?
Yes.
A Throg shaman, maybe the shaman you have killed, captured and tortured my family. Perhaps their inner souls will rest in peace now, no longer crying for vengeance. Please help yourself to my goods. Take what you will, no charge.
Geldor is kind of a weird guy. I killed one shaman, so he reasons that it may very well be the exact same shaman who killed his family. But whatever. If I wanted to, I can now steal everything from his tables and not have to pay.
Are you Sardin the blacksmith? Torrin said you could help me.
Aye. What can I do for you?
I promised to free a dragon. She's bound in magic chains, and the Throgs broke the key into 2 pieces. What can I do?
If you could bring me the pieces of the key, I might be able to fix it. But alas, my forge fire has died, and I cannot light it.
Why not?
It's a magic forge, and you can't just light those normally, you know. You need magic flint.
And?
We ran out of magic flint, and I haven't been able to find any. It's pretty rare, you know.
Okay. I'll get you your magic flint if you help me out.
It's a deal. Take this magic chisel. You'll need it.
Okay, I'll take your magic chisel so I can get magic flint for your magic forge, so you can forge my magic key for the magic chains. Is that about right? More like Sardin magic rock. Speaking of magic rock, this is the Glory Stone. It's a stone you can hit 3 times with a weapon and get a free extra point in that category. I'll take 1 for sword, and I'll take 2 for missile, because that's kind of a harder skill to train. After you've got your free upgrade points, you can still keep hitting the Glory Stone, and like with several other places in the game, you can keep hitting it to very slowly build your skills. In fact, at this point in the game, it's easily possible to max out all your skills, including strength and agility, just by taping down your mouse buttons and punching this rock. Obviously, I'm not going to do it for this LP because it would be very boring. Well, let's go see Torrin again. He said he wanted to talk to me some more.
Drake, we have a problem in the hall. I hope you can help us.
Tell me more.
This is a small hall, an outpost from the great Dwarven cities. We have been working these passages from the stone, but we have come across a great evil. There is a creature of the darkness roaming these corridors. We unleashed it, and it has been preying on us ever since.
What is it?
An undead warrior, one of great power. We have sent many of our warriors to their death in the corridors to the east. Find it, kill it. I will reward you, and we will be very grateful.
I'll check it out.
Everyone wants me to solve their problems. Alright, guess we'll go check it out. Let's head towards the east. This path takes us back to the gate. Here we have a little guardhouse with some more pissed off looking dwarves. Maybe they're pissed off because I'm breaking their beds. I better stop that then. Down in front, buddy. Alright, let's head a little further north here. Hey, what's that noise? Oh, we found Grak, the guy that random dwarf was worried about.
What do you want?
What are you doing here?
Nothing. Now go away.
Oh, he's not a friendly sort, is he?
I said leave me. You have no business here.
Bite me, Grak.
All right. Have it your way then.
Okay, guess we're not getting anything out of him. Let's just keep moving. Huh? Oh! Rock is hostile.
Some sort of illusion magic. Thanks for the warning. It saved my life.
A life for a life.
Well, that was sort of disturbing. So apparently the frogs are now undercover inside the Dwarven fortress. Oh, and he was guarding some kind of hidden passage with a whole lot of scrolls. Let's read those.
Power 2 meta rune. Increases the power of a rune.
Well, already have that one, of course.
Potency meta rune. The magic resistance of the target is low.
And this one. But the rest are all new.
Duration meta rune. The rune effect lasts longer.
I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this one. Very useful.
Ball meta rune. Area effect.
I mentioned this meta rune naturally occurring in some of the runes I've already come across. Also very useful. And the last one.
Power 3 meta rune. Greatly increases the power of a rune.
Oh yeah, that's a very good one. Of course, it does make the mana cost of a spell go up quite a lot. Well, let's start making use of these meta runes right away. The first one I found, Duration, of course simply makes the spell last longer, and that's very useful in a lot of situations. Especially because it allows you to cast a status effect spell while still close to a mana circle, step into the mana circle, recharge, and walk away with the spell lasting as long as it can. I mentioned the Ball meta rune naturally occurring in some of the runes I've already found. It causes a spell's effect to spread across the entire area, which means that if you use it in the mirror, it instantly casts the effect on all of your characters. And the Power 3 meta rune obviously simply powers up the rune even more than the Power 2 meta rune does. It's kind of overkill in some cases, so I'll wait a little while before I start using it. So here I use a Power 2, Duration, and Ball meta rune on the armor spell, which makes it give more significant protection for a longer time, and it's instantly cast on myself and Karzak. Hey, that's a sound I haven't heard in a while. Yeah, it's a health fountain, and this is the last one you find in the entire game. Lets me and Karzak have a deep drink and refill my wineskin one last time. That was good. Now let's proceed down these empty corridors. Now this business with the frog in disguise in the Dwarven fortress is kind of big, but Drake doesn't bother making any mention of it to Thorin. Or any other dwarves, really. That's a little disturbing, but I guess you have to kind of ignore it. As you can imagine, there's almost no combat situations in the Dwarven fortress, unless you make a slip-up and make enemies of all the dwarves. But we're heading into one major confrontation. And right here, the music changes. Yeah, music turns all creepy. And we find some bones. I've gotta say, with the rest of the Dwarven fortress being so friendly, stepping into here is actually quite creepy. In this corridor we find some bones with Dwarven pickaxes, which I'm not gonna pick up. And also, an iron nail. What use could that be? Well, let's just bring it along and see later. I'd like to be down here as soon as possible. More Dwarven bones. Or at least I assume they're Dwarven bones. Just to jump back to the frog imposter for a bit. When I played the game as a kid, I became convinced that Thorin would also turn out to be a frog imposter. And that's why he doesn't want the dwarves to go to war against the frogs. But no such revelation actually happens in-game. A fence of spears. I have a feeling we've reached our destination. And what's around the corner? A big old sarcophagus. Let's knock and see what comes out. It's a big old zombie. It's a zombie who poisons you with his touch. Thanks a lot. And that's not his only trick. He is really tough and takes a lot of punishment. I'm very lucky that it tossed on that armor spell. Aside from poisoning you with his touch, he can also cast poisoning spells from a distance. And the annoying thing is that you can get doubly poisoned this way, which is why my health was just dropping as dramatically as it was. Luckily, the poisoning doesn't stick too long. Oh, there comes another double dose of poisoning. I might as well use a keyless orb now, because this is the only fighting I'm going to be doing in the Dwarven Fortress. Immediately he poisons me again. Wow, this guy is really gross. And tough as well. I'm not sure I'm using the best weapons for this confrontation, but who cares? We'll get there eventually. Obviously, like most enemies, this one would be best dealt with from a distance, but there he goes. Let's give ourselves one more dose of healing with a keyless orb. It doesn't drop any items, but if we go back to the sarcophagus, there's actually 2 things in there to pick up. A scroll.
Use the double power of rune. Increased mana use expected.
They really start dropping these meta runes on you in these levels, and a ring with a slight green tinge. This is a ring of poison resistance. Oh, really could have used that 5 seconds ago. Well, that wraps up the combat in the Dwarven Fortress. Let's go back and tell Thorin what we did. In one of my test runs for this level, I used the armor rune with the level 3 meta rune. And that's how I discovered that when you cast a level 3 armor rune on yourself, the zombie can't actually hurt you. But it was kind of an anticlimactic confrontation that way, with the zombie not doing any damage and me just slowly clobbering him to death. Or undeath. Or undeath. So for the eventual recording I decided to go with a level 2 armor rune instead. I don't get killed quite as quickly, but it's not a complete cakewalk either. And as we head back into familiar territories, the old music starts up again. Kind of a relief. Hey buddy. We're back in safe territories. Yep. Let's just head left here, and we'll get back into the familiar corridors. I kind of miss Farley's directions. There we go. Hey, Thorin.
Have you put that undead thing to rest?
Yes, it shall bother you no more.
I am very grateful. You have saved many of my people's lives. The gifts in the chest are yours.
I have a question. What is an Uk-Tagath?
It literally means the forgotten. If a dwarf breaks a great law, then he is called Uk-Tagath and banished from our halls. The Uk-Tagath will never return.
Thank you for telling me.
It is hard, Drake, but we will all get over it.
Speak for yourself, Beardy. Well, let's check out what's in the chest. A scroll?
This rune magic requires a previously inscripted point to complete the
Yes! This rune looks a lot like the Scare rune, but it's actually the rune that teleports you to the translocation circle. Also in the chest, a magical shield. Pretty sweet. I'm not going to use it myself, but if I give Kartak something other than this two-handed axe, he'll be able to use it for me. This rune is going to make my life quite a lot easier. Let's inscribe it right away. Because, as you may remember, when I was on the second level of the feeding grounds, I dropped a translocation circle right in front of a very conspicuous looking rock. There was a good reason for that, because I need to find some magic flint for Sardin Blackrock. So he'll be able to light his magical forge, blah blah blah. So what say we go there right now? There we are, back on the second level of the feeding grounds. And as you may have guessed, this right here is magical flint. Let's take the chisel, chop a piece off, and collect it. Now the thing about the translocation circle is that when you're outside of it, the homing rune teleports you into the circle. However, if you then stand inside the circle and cast the rune again, it will teleport you back to the place where you teleported from. Pretty useful method of travel.
Do you have the flint?
Why, yes I do, buddy. Take it, it's yours.
Thanks. Stay here.
And he means it. If you step into Sardin's forge, he will get pissed off very easily. So let's not do that. At least, not in this video. There we go. He lights the forge. Now it's forging time.
Thank you. A Dwarven clanhall needs a burning forge. I will be happy to help you.
I need a broken key fixed.
Give me the pieces.
Here you go, my good friend.
Wait here.
Yeah. Just hurry up. Don't worry, there is a lot of chance for mayhem in the Dwarven Fortress, but I'll be sure to cover it all in the bonus video. Takes a little while, but here he comes.
There you go. Completely fixed. Good luck to you.
Cool. Let's put that very sturdy key on our keychain. Alright, we're completely done in the Dwarven Fortress. Let's head back into the feeding grounds and free the dragon in the next video.